Hello there, and welcome to the test of your knowledge of the Path of Exile game. I'll explain the rules and we'll get started. The questions have 4 categories of difficulty, and you have 10 seconds to answer each question. In the end, you can find out who you are from Path of Exile and share your achievement with your friends. Let's start. Easy questions, 1 point for each correct answer. What's the name of the continent where the player gets exiled at the beginning of the game, and where most of the actions of the Path of Exile take place? Arieth, Wraeclast, Nemakanui. According to the lore of Path of Exile, Wraeclast is a forgotten continent for the exiles. It's home to many suffering spirits, bloodthirsty beasts, and the walking dead. Under the influence of filth, the animals there turn into monsters, and the dead hopelessly wander in search of peace. During the first passage, the game has 6 character classes, 3 pure and 3 hybrid characters. But at some point, the 7th class will become available. What's the name of the 7th character class? Marauder, the Duelist, Scion. A Scion is a mixed character class in Path of Exile. Her key attributes are strength, dexterity, and intelligence. Playing for a Scion requires a more in-depth understanding of the skills, hence this character class is not available for beginners. The player must save the Scion in the last area of Act 3, right before the battle with the Dominus. What is the name of the first location in the game? The Twilight Strand, the Fatted Pool, the Mud Flats. The Twilight Strand is the first location of Path of Exile. The player ends up there after a shipwreck. Medium complexity questions, 2 points for each correct answer. Which shrine gives the player temporary immunity to any damage when activated on the map? Impenetrable Shrine, Divine Shrine, Massive Shrine. The Divine Shrine gives temporary immunity to any damage. The effect of this shrine doesn't work when activating a Dark Shrine in the Lord's Labyrinth. The game has many different types of currency, from the cheapest to the most valuable. The Path of Exile logo is an image of a very valuable one. What's the name of this currency? Adziri's Mirror, Mirror of Teclatapizzi, Mirror of Calandra. The Mirror of Calandra is a currency with which you can create a reflected copy of any non-unique and undefiled equipment or cards, if they are not already reflections. It's one of the rarest and most valuable in-game items and is worth several hundred divine orbs even at the end of the Challenge League. There are 19 Ascendancy classes in the game. Which classes are immune to damage reflection? Slayer and Berserker, Inquisitor and Elementalist, Slayer and Elementalist. The Slayer and Elementalist classes can be immune to damage reflection of their type. The Slayer cannot receive reflected physical damage, and the Elementalist cannot receive reflected damage from the elements. Difficult questions, 3 points for each correct answer. What's the name of the unique body armor which always has 6 white connected sockets while not having any protective properties or modifiers? Skin of the Lords, Skin of the Loyal, Tabula Rasa. Tabula Rasa is a unique body armor with no protective properties or modifiers. However, it gives a big damage increase due to 6 connected white sockets that allow inserting any stone type. Which character in the Brine King quest takes the player to the location called the Brine King's Reef? Lily Roth, Whalemroth, Silk. Whalem Wrath delivers the player to battle the Brine King boss after activating the Beacon Fire in Act 6. What must you sell to a vendor to get 3 Chaos Orbs using a vendor's recipe? Full set of rare items of 60 to 74 level. Full set of rare items of 60 to 74 level, all with 20% quality. Full set of rare items of 60 to 74 level, all unidentified and all with 20% quality. Vendors' recipes allow you to sell items to vendors in any city in exchange for currency or equipment. To get 3 Chaos Orbs, you must sell a complete set of unidentified rare items of 20% quality. Professional complexity questions, 4 points for each correct answer. From which enemy and in which location can you acquire the unique map of Doriani's Machinarium Maze? Quinn Atziri and the Alluring Abyss. Awatadali, the Blind in the Azurite Mine. Val Nexus. The Val Omnitect and the Apex of the Temple of Atsuatl. You can get the Doriani's Machinarium Maze map only from Awatadali, the Blind in the Azurite Mine in Val Nexus. Also, there is a small chance you can generate this map using the item called Comprehensive Scouting Report. What does the Eater of Worlds boss say at the beginning of battle with him?
This is not the battle you can win, hatchling.
This is not the battle you can win, hatchling.
Your absurd defiance ends here, hatchling.
Your absurd defiance ends here, hatchling.
Your champion looks delicious.
Your champion looks delicious.
This is not the battle you can win, hatchling.
Which jewel was first added in patch 3.10.0 in March 2020? A Natural Instinct, Megalomaniac, Unending Hunger. Megalomaniac is a medium cluster jewel. Cluster jewels were added to the game with patch 3.10.0 and Delirium League. Unending Hunger and A Natural Instinct were in earlier versions of the game and only occasionally changed. Well, our test is over. Now you can calculate your results and share them in the comments. But first you need to decide who you are from Path of Exile. If you scored 15 points or less, then you are a survivalist. You probably have just started your acquaintance with the game mechanics and the world of Path of Exile. A lot of fun awaits you. Still, learn how to gain resistance correctly and do the character upgrading more thoughtfully. If you scored from 16 to 20, then you are an Exile. You already know enough about the basic game mechanics and most popular items and currency. Perhaps you've passed all the acts, maybe even more than once, but still you have to learn a lot to conquer the Atlas. If you scored from 21 to 25 points, then you are a Deicide. Bosses from the Acts and the Guardians of the Elder and a Shaper know you by sight and are eager to run as soon as possible. You probably have mastered most of the game mechanics, know your way around the skill tree and the game economy, and can craft most of the items necessary for the endgame yourself. You have completed more than 1 or even 2 challenge leagues and fought with bosses hundreds of times. But remember, the game can still surprise you, there's no limit to perfection. Well, if you scored 26 points or more, you are the Nightmare. The bosses of Acts, Guardians, Conquerors, and Seers, the Elder, the Shaper, and other Atlas bosses are nothing more than a source of loot for you. Most of them probably die or go into the cutscene in the first few seconds of the fight, trying to inflict at least a little damage on you. You know by heart all the content from the challenge leagues and are well versed in the game economy and its deep mechanics. You're either a professional player or striving to become one. Well, or you were unable to find a replacement for Path of Exile. In any case, it remains to wish you good luck along the way. See you, Exiles!